The ledger always settles. They used to laugh because they assumed I didn't know how to say no. But this time, their laughter didn't last. When the server placed the tab on the table, $200,000, gold embossed, every detail cataloged, my in-laws swirled their wine, leaned in with their usual smirks, and said, "Oops, forgot our wallet again, son." They chuckled. I didn't. I simply looked at them and replied, "That's all right. You already paid." Their grins froze. Color drained from their faces even before the waiter reached for the check. When I married Claire, I didn't just get a wife. I inherited her parents too, Marshall and Diane Whitmore. Old money elites with club memberships, polished manners, and the moral compass of a soap opera villain. The kind who believed etiquette mattered more than ethics. They never respected me. I was a quiet man with a law degree and humble roots, too modest for their taste. Too reserved, Diane once said to my face. But I loved Claire. Or believed I did. She warned me about her parents' little acts. "They're just being dramatic," she'd say. "Don't take it to heart." But their stunts weren't playful. They were deliberate. Sharp insults disguised as wit. Compliments with a sting. And the bills, always extravagant, always conveniently forgotten. It started small. A lunch here, a concert there. Then came five-star suites, private chefs, and high-end retreats. "Relax, son. You make enough," they'd tease with a pat on the back. At first, Claire laughed along. But over time, her silence deepened, and so did the space between us. Then I found the card. It wasn't one I recognized. Hidden in a side pocket of her gym bag was a statement linked to it. Nearly $500,000 spent in 1 year. Spa getaways. Couture handbags. Suspicious wire transfers. I asked her. She barely blinked. "Daddy said it's easier this way," she replied. That night, while she slept, I followed the paper trail. What I found gutted me. They had opened a shell company in my name, quietly, legally, and used it to mask personal spending. I was their silent financier, their unwitting benefactor. Every signature, forged. Every payment, tied to me. No screaming. No confrontation. I started documenting. Then I built a plan. The anniversary dinner? That was their idea. "Let's go big," Marshall had said. "Bring everyone. We'll host. Just show up." And so, I did. I booked the entire La Mirage, invitation only, white glove exclusive. Flew in a private chef from Monaco. Had caviar towers, a live string quartet, vintage water, and enough imported wine to bankrupt a vineyard. 30 guests. All Whitmores. Not one carried a wallet. The evening glittered. Toasts flowed. Claire posed like a society bride, radiant in borrowed wealth. Then came the check, delivered in a thick black envelope. $2,486,044. Diane laughed. "You've got this one, sweetheart." Marshall smiled. "You're basically family now." I rose, buttoned my blazer, and said, "No worries. It's covered." Then I handed them a second envelope. The laughter stopped. Inside were bank statements, digital forensics, notarized filings, and a full audit trail. Dozens of forged approvals. Expense reports. Even Claire's fake signatures. All neatly labeled under Whitmore versus Whitmore Trust, et al. Marshall blinked. What is this?" I gestured toward the waiter. "The check's already paid. From your trust." His face drained. Diane's voice cracked. "You can't touch that. It's protected." "It was," I said, "until you made me a partner in your LLC. Remember the real estate documents Claire asked me to sign?" Their eyes widened. "Funny thing about joint ownership, fraud gives me leverage. So does laundering." Claire stood, shaky. "You're not serious." I looked at her. "I believed in you. You believed in your parents. Now we all deal with the cost." I pulled out one final slip. A judge-signed check. Made out to me. From them. The settlement had finalized the day before. Everything tied to Whitmore Holdings was now mine, the penthouse, the boats, and this dinner. They stared at that check like it might bite. No one spoke. The musicians kept playing. The Whitmores sat frozen. And I walked out as their wine turned bitter in their mouths. No yelling. No spectacle. Just a quiet, cold reckoning. I left calm. Complete. Done. Claire filed for a separation a week later. I didn't challenge it. I didn't have to. Because when people laugh at silence, they forget what it can build. And mine built something sharp, lasting. They thought they could drain me with charm and cutlery. But I don't keep grudges. I keep records. And mine just settled.